Greetings and salutations, and thank you for clicking on this video. I wanted to show you guys my new toy. It is a Dell Precision T3500 workstation. This is a monster computer. It's a cross between a desktop and a server, and it is a truly awesome, huge machine. It's so big that when I went to set it up and name it, I called it Big Boy because it reminded me of those really big steam engines that the Union Pacific Railroad used to have about 70 years ago. I like trains too, so if anybody out there's a train buff, you know what I'm talking about, the Big Boys. So that's why this machine got its name. This is the picture I took right after I took it out of the box. I wanted to make sure that it made the trip okay. It came to me all the way from Arizona. I'm on the East Coast in Virginia, so that is almost all the way across the United States, and I wanted to make sure that it didn't get smashed by UPS. Fortunately, they didn't mangle it, and it made it in one piece. This is what the machine looks like inside, and those two hard drives you see there are 160 gigabyte Raptor drives. That's what came in it. And behind those drives is the CPU, which is a monster. It is an Intel Xeon, and it is a 4-core CPU. And then you see the math coprocessor over there, and it does have a nice NVIDIA card in it. It's an older card. It is an NVIDIA Quadro FX 580. Not bad, and certainly not as good as what's out there right now, and it doesn't have, it's like 512 megabytes of memory on it. But you know, it actually works quite well for what I do. I don't play games, but it plays video really, really well. And so I think it'll be fine for now. That's something that I'm looking to upgrade. The memory in the machine is all error correcting, so it's ECC memory, and there are 9 gigabytes in here. There are 6 slots for memory, which are hiding behind the hard drives. You can't see them there. And the memory configuration is a little weird on this machine. You can do 1 gigabyte, 2 gigabytes, which puts it in dual channel mode. Then you do 3, and this would be 1 gigabyte chips in the first bank, and then it'll go into tri-channel mode. And then you can put memory in the second bank to double up whatever is in the first. So according to the configuration that Dell posted, you can go like I said, you go from 1, 2, 3, and then the next is 6, and then the next is 12, and then you can get up to 24 gigabytes in the machine. And I was going to upgrade it to like 12 gigabytes. I already called Crucial Memory and asked them about the kit and all that stuff. And but what I was going to buy was non-ECC. And what I found out from the guy I got it from was that he had put 9 gigabytes of ECC memory in it, and it actually works quite well. So the first bank has 3 2 gigabyte chips in it, and the second bank has 3 1 gigabyte chips in it. So the machine sees 9 gigabytes, so it worked out quite well that way. So I don't think I'm going to change that anytime soon. ECC memory, error correcting memory, is very expensive. I've never had a machine that had ECC memory in it at home before. I've had it on servers at work. I knew all about that. So I want to see how that rolls for a while, and I think I can get along with 9 gigabytes. I was doing fine with 8 on the last machine. And we'll talk a little bit more about the insides of the machine. But right now I want to give a big shout out to EasySet, because this is the guy that I got the machine from. He's a YouTuber. He has a channel where he does all kinds of groovy videos about computers and operating systems. He likes to tinker, and he plays with all kinds of different old operating systems. So he's got videos up here about BOS. He's got videos up here about Caldera Linux that he installs, Red Hat, just anything you can think of, OS2 Warp, all of the Windows through the years. He likes to play with the machines as well. So he posted a video about this machine, and I was watching it, and he said that he didn't quite know what he was going to do with it, that it was actually this video right here, that he didn't know what he was going to do with it, and he was probably going to maybe give it to Goodwill or put it up on eBay and sell it. And so I sent him a message and said, I want it. And then a little bit later on in the video, he said that he wasn't going to ship the machine, and I kind of went, wah. and I took my comment down. I deleted it, but he saw it anyway, so he sent me a message and he said, if you're interested in the machine, we can work something out. I think he was mainly concerned that shipping it that far, it might arrive damaged. That's something that you have to deal with. I watch Wayback Tech's videos too, and man, he gets some big Apple huge monster machines, those old Power PCs, and sometimes they arrive in really rough shape. So that's a danger when you're shipping something this large and this heavy through UPS. But I said it would be worth the risk, so we worked something out, and he gave it to me for next to nothing. So thank you very much, Easy Sid. I do appreciate it, and I want you guys to check out his channel. He's kind of new on YouTube. He's got a bunch of great videos up here. I'm going to put a link to his channel in the description for this video so you can see that and check out his stuff. So here's the machine running, and we're looking at HTOP. Right now it's sucking up just under a gig of memory, and that's because I've got the browser open and I've got the picture viewer open and I'm capturing video. But when I first boot this thing up on Linux Mint 18.1 XFCE, it actually takes less than 300 megabytes just to run the desktop. So that's pretty awesome. And like I said, we got 9 gigs of memory in here. I got a 2 gigabyte swap space on the disk. I didn't allocate the full 9 gigabytes of space. I figured that was silly. It's never going to use it. And I never intend to hibernate the machine, so this should be just fine. And let's see what else about it that I do that was kind of interesting. Well, one of the things that this machine came with was an onboard RAID controller, which is something that I haven't had access to before. And that allowed me to go ahead and set up RAID on this machine, which is something that I have been wanting to do for quite some time. So I'll show you what I got going on with that. Now, there are 2 1 terabyte Western Digital drives in this machine. They are the Caviar Black 7200 RPM, and they are set up in hardware RAID as mirrors. So it's RAID 1, and that means that if one drive dies, this machine will boot up. So you don't have to worry about it. It'll give me a warning message, and it'll tell me that one of the drives is dead, and it'll still keep running just fine, which will allow me to get a backup, and then I can put a new drive in. I can rebuild the system and just keep on trucking. I don't have to worry about the drive dying one day, and it's like getting my pants, getting caught with my pants down because I didn't do a backup recently or something like that. It's just going to keep on chugging. And if both drives die, well, that's just the way it is. It just happens that way sometimes. And the other advantage to RAID 1 is the fact that when it reads, it pretty much doubles the speed. Theoretically speaking, it can read twice as fast as it would if it was only one drive, because it can read simultaneously from 2 drives. And so far, I have noticed that the machine is very, very fast. It is quite zippy with that configuration. It has, this computer has 11 USB ports on it. They're all USB 2.0, so that's kind of cool. It doesn't have an SD card reader in it, so I'm probably going to have to get one of those USB SD card readers, because I've got some cameras and things that I want to do that with. But that's fine. I don't even do that very much anymore anyway, because usually I just email the picture to myself or put it up on Google Photos if I want to get it onto the computer. But that might be something I want to do down the road. And the video card is okay. Like I said, it's all right. It's an older NVIDIA 570, not 570, 580. So it's a Quadro FX 580. And it's all right. It's okay. It'll do for now. That's something that I might actually upgrade down the road. But for what I do, it should be all right. So I'm very tickled with this machine. It seems to work very well, and it's because of the architecture of the machine. We're dealing with Intel and an NVIDIA card. It should pretty much run any distribution of Linux I should ever want to throw at it, which I really couldn't do on the old machine. The old machine was showing its age. It didn't want to run anything past kernel version 4.2. There were some problems that would pop up. It would become unstable. The audio was glitchy. I couldn't upgrade the BIOS. There was a bug in the audio that I couldn't fix because I couldn't upgrade the BIOS. and I had like 3 technicians look at this machine and work with me, and they just all said, well, it's just done what it's going to do. That machine's probably going to end up somewhere else in the network here, doing something else in the not too distant future, because this is going to be my main machine, and this is going to be the one that I do videos on and do reviews of different operating systems. It's a lot of flexibility on this computer. It will do a lot. So anywho, I just wanted to show you guys that. Thank you so much for watching the video. It's going to be fun to play with this machine and do videos for you. I have not been able to make the fan spin up with whatever I've done with it today, and I have tried all kinds of crazy stuff just to try and stress it out, and I cannot do it. So I'm very tickled with that. And it did come with a nice DVD drive in it too. So I like to have my optical discs, man. That would be a bummer if I didn't have one. So anyhow, that's about it. Thank you, gang. Do check out Easy Linux on Facebook. Check out Easy Linux on the web as well. Check out freedompenguin.com for lots of cool stories about Linux. And also give a look to Easy Sit's videos. They're a lot of fun. They're very laid back. It's just, if you want to kick back and watch somebody play with a computer and do all kinds of neat things with it, you can check out his vids as well. So we'll talk again soon. Thanks for watching.